What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. And the Seattle Seahawks have wrapped up their second and final joint practice with the Tennessee Titans. Wrapped up a little while ago. We've just been kind of collecting information for the last, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour, making sure that all the relevant information is out. And there's a lot. There's actually a lot to go into here, and we've got a lot of stuff to pick through. It was a good day overall. I'm pretty happy with almost everything that I heard. And overall, I think you can say that these joint practices were very successful. This team benefited from them, and I can't say they were really particularly damaged by any of it. So I'm happy. I think you guys should be happy too. And now we just have to play our preseason game against them and move along. So today, it was obviously over a little earlier than the last one yesterday. I think they started much earlier, of course. So it's not like things got cut off. It's not like they called the practice early or anything like that. But we're going to get the opportunity to go through things a little bit earlier today. So I'll be running through as many details as I was able to dig up. A couple of notes before we get started, though. First of all, I am streaming tonight at 7 p.m. with the Hawk's Nest, so head on over there and get ready for the stream tonight. Starts at about 7 Pacific, and we'll be talking a little bit about our game against the Chargers last week and this upcoming game against the Titans. Second of all, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button down below. Helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe if you're new, and click the bell if you want notifications. Daily Seahawks content, 2 to 5 videos a day. And consider becoming a channel member for $2 a month. Those are the best ways to support the channel. So let's get into it. What happened in Nashville today for the Seattle Seahawks? So first, some injury stuff. We didn't really get anything new today. We were still missing basically all the players we were expecting to miss. The linebackers had no Jerome Baker and no John Radigan, so we're very thin there. Right now it's, Tyrell Dodson and Tyrese Knight, and that's about it. So we're not there yet there, obviously, and that's an area where we were already thin, so that's not ideal. Would really, really like to hear good news about Jerome Baker soon. We also had no Zach Charbonnet out for his second joint practice. I think he's got some kind of a thing with his back, is what they said. McDonald did say he thought it was minor, but realistically, it's a joint practice. That's a pretty good time to hold people out if there's any kind of concern whatsoever, because they tend to be a little more physical and violent, and if there's ever an injury going to happen, good chance it's going to happen in a joint practice against another team, because that's when things get vicious. So no Charbonnet, but no reason to be concerned. And no Noah Fant and no Draymond Jones, which, again, it's a joint practice. I get it. But on the other hand, Draymond already missed enough time as is. And the fact that he's already out again, it's going to make some people concerned. I'm not overly concerned yet because he is a veteran. It's not like he's a rookie or even a second-year player. But at the same time, he's got stuff to learn too. So I'd really, really like it if we see him back sooner rather than later. Seriously doubt we see him in the game this weekend, so next week's going to be an important week for him to get on the field at some point during this camp. All right, so that's all the injury stuff. That's all like the roster-related stuff, really. Everything else is pretty much as expected, except for the one injury that did transpire earlier today, which I'll get to a little later in the video. So if you're looking for guys who did well in today's joint practice, I think DK Metcalf probably is one of the leaders. DK Metcalf, we got this Greg Bell tweet right here, making a catch over the middle against Jarvis Brownlee, bodying him as Greg Bell puts it. I'm not going to play the video on this video because of copyright stuff, but you can definitely go check it out if you want to. And on the first play of team period, Geno hits Metcalf on a deep ball, busted coverage by the Titans, granted, but DK Metcalf makes a big play on the very first play of the team period. And then if you fast forward, you can see this Condota tweet here. He has a long touchdown pass in the final team session. So DK Metcalf, definitely one of the guys who had an incredible day for the Seattle Seahawks over these two team practices. And let me tell you, the way he's played so far in training camp in general, not just these last 2 days, he seems like he's locked in a way that he has never been before. And I'm not somebody who thinks that he wasn't locked in before, but this guy is ready to put up some monster numbers. This guy is ready to be the best receiver he's ever been. Maybe not in terms of like raw volume numbers, but I'm getting the sense that this guy's ready to play the best football of his career. Maybe that doesn't mean first team all pro or anything like that. Maybe it doesn't even mean second team all pro. But what it means is by the end of the year, I think that people are going to be pumping the brakes on that whole idea of trading him because he's that good. He's that good right now, and he looks like he's ready to be that special player. So I'm pretty excited about that. So really good day for Metcalf, and the competition, man, it makes him stronger. Another guy who got positive reviews, again, JSN. And this just kind of continues the stuff we've been hearing in training camp. This continues the stuff we've been hearing from yesterday in the joint practice. But JSN continues to kill it. He catches a touchdown on this particular clip from Greg Bell, but I'm not going to play it. But yeah, JSN, man, he's poised for that big breakout year as well, which is why I say I don't think Metcalf's going to put up some 2,000-yard season or anything, because you got a guy like JSN there who he needs the ball too. Lockett needs the ball too. Fant needs the ball too. But efficiency-wise, it could be a historically good season for these guys. I don't think that any one guy's going to get like half the yards or anything like that. It's not like Gino's going to throw for 4,000 yards and DK is going to get 1,900 of it. That would be surprising. But you look at what JSN's doing here. You look at the way JSN is going to help this team on third down, the way he's going to help this team move the chains down the field. It's getting exciting, and you can easily start to imagine how this offense could be extremely special. So those would be two guys I would call out positively. Another guy would be Mike Jackson, and he makes a PBU here in or around the end zone on this particular drill. Again, I'm not going to play the video, but this is from Boyle's Twitter feed, or X feed if you prefer. Don't forget about Mike Jackson, right? Because he got hurt, missed a little bit of time, and Trey Brown's been really good in camp. And everyone's buzzing about Trey Brown, which I get, because Trey Brown, I think he probably has a little more potential, and he's probably better in coverage. But don't discount Mike Jackson. That guy is good. That guy has done good work for the Seahawks in his career, and he is absolutely capable of being an important part of this team in 2024, playing for probably a new contract next year from somebody. So don't discount Mike Jackson. The guy is good. The guy provides some stuff that Trey Brown does not. He's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit of a better tackler. So don't forget about Mike Jack. He's got something for us, I think. And another guy, Jake Bobo. Check out this touchdown, by the way. The clip is posted in a few different places. I have this clip here from Condota, and this clip's actually a little bit longer because it also has an Aesop Winston touchdown. So Aesop continues to do his thing, but this Bobo touchdown on this, basically, it's like a fade route from the inside the 5, like a little jump ball in the end zone. And it's great, man. His footwork is on point. His ball skills are on point. And while I've thrown a little bit of cold water on the idea of Jake Bobo having some monster season because of all the other receiving talent we have on this team, you look at stuff like that and you're like, we got to find a way. We got to find a way to get Bobo the ball more, because he's just so skilled in these areas, right? You throw him the ball in the red zone, he's going to move heaven and earth to go get it. So Bobo's another guy, had a strong camp so far, no issues there. All right, so one of the big happenings from today that I want to talk about for a little bit here, and this might be the most significant thing that happened at camp today in terms of like players shifting and the starting lineup moving around. Christian Haynes got bumped from the backups to the starters. He got to work with the ones at right guard. Now, Bradford was healthy, and Bradford worked with the twos. In fact, I think, Bradford worked with the twos, according to Condota here. So he believes that it's a sign that either Christian Haynes is moving ahead of Bradford on the depth chart, or they just wanted to see what he would do. Just establish that rotation and make it clear that both guys have a chance to win. So Christian Haynes got to work with the ones at right guard. This was not a left guard thing. This was right guard, By the way, Byron Murphy also got to work with the starters today. Um, pretty interesting. Now, in the case of Murphy, it's because he's just a little too good to keep on the bench right now. He's playing too well. In the case of Haynes, it's a little more interesting. And Greg Bell said this a little bit later in the day. Best training camp day yet for rookie right guard Christian Haynes. Starting in 11 on 11 in joint practices at Titans, in the one-on-one pass rush drills, pushes rushers to the ground twice, pushed Quinton Bohanna in the back while he was already down. They go nose to nose in jaw. So you can see him getting physical in there. You can see him starting to scrap a little bit in there. You can see him start to really assert himself as a guy who is going to start and contribute for the Seattle Seahawks. So this is exciting because while I do like Bradford, I still think there's some interesting stuff going on there. Christian Haynes, clearly, I think, is more refined at this point. He's more established. He actually played at a high level of football in college football, which you can't really say about Bradford because he barely played in college. And I think there's probably a little more upside there, while Bradford might actually have a future on the left side of the line anyway, whereas Haynes may not. So the fact that Haynes might be starting to make a push for that starting job sooner rather than later is very exciting to me. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, here we go. All right. So, yeah, Christian Haynes, hope you keep it up, man. I really hope that Christian Haynes is able to continue to push this and take the starting job sooner rather than later. And I'm going to go ahead and split this video into two parts here. So I'll be posting the second half of training camp stuff later. Don't want this video to go too long. So I'll be seeing you guys a little bit later. Go Hawks. See you guys soon.